What's up, all you good fella fly guys? You know who it is. It's the Cat in the Hat, your resident chief architect of stylistic.com, here to help you redesign your frame of mind when it comes to the styling thing. And welcome to another conversation where we are helping you develop your style. So last week we wrapped up our conversation on the consciousness of style. Now I want to talk to you about the construction elements, and I want to talk to you about some of the dangers and how men are constructing their style. You see, fashion over style is always going to cost you more than it would for you to develop and cultivate your own style. And the reason being is because when you are trying to catch up and keep up with trends or keep up with the Joneses, you're always having to flip old shit for some new shit. The problem is once you're trying to flip that old shit, it ends up being devalued. Well, clothing is the same way. Now, some of you guys may be too young to remember the throwback jerseys, the Nikes with all of the fashionable brands on there.
Look at his kicks, look at his car. All I say is
that people were spending hundreds of dollars for. Now where are they? In the back of somebody's closet or in somebody's trash can. I hope y'all didn't throw them shits away. Like, it's $300-500 that y'all spent on each one of those jerseys, and I knew dudes who had closets full of jerseys. I'm talking about like 20-30 jerseys at $300 a pop that they can't really wear because it wasn't something that was indicative of their style. It was just something that they were chasing as far as the trend is concerned. And again, we still see it nowadays. We see the guys who are going to buy the leather shirts and wearing those in 100-degree summer weather. I still don't understand why you guys are doing that. It's hot outside. Everybody else is trying to get cool and you trying to warm up, it looks like. But I digress. In that space, it's important to understand that these people are spending money on things that, number one, they're not going to be able to maintain. Because most of those guys don't know how to take care of those garments. So they're trying to take them to the dry cleaners or all types of other bullshit that's not going to really help them. And so they're wasting their money. When I'm talking to my clients at stylarchitects.com, we generally help figure out what is going to be beneficial in their professional workspace or in their professional or in their social space. Because it's important to cultivate your expression, your statements, your narrative, your story in those stylistic terms. So if I'm a guy who doesn't really like to take care of a whole lot of items and doesn't really want to pay the cost for the maintenance of those items, I'm not going to go put that client in velvet or in silk or in cashmere because that has a high propensity for high levels of maintenance. If that's not me, I'm gonna put them in some denim or some chambray or something that is going to wear and wear well. So over the course of time, it ends up looking that much better off for the work that he is putting in for that style. That's another thing that a lot of guys forget is that style is work. Style is a process. It requires you to be intentional in the practicing of these habits so that you create a narrative. So from the communication standpoint, the last thing that you want to be is speaking out of turn or being misunderstood in your communication. I have so many guys who are following fashion trends at 35 or 40, and there's nothing worse than seeing a gray-haired dude in FUBU or in some 7 jeans with some cornrows, and you like, nah, bro, you didn't pull that off, right? Instead of him going to get some dreads and maybe having a beautiful pair of indigo denim jeans properly cuffed with some work boots, like that can still be modern without it being fashionable or trendy. And at the end of the day, when we're talking about the romantic interest, when we're talking about social interest, and we're talking about your legacy, people want to see consistency. They want to see evolution. They want to see growth. So if you are de-evolving, if you are regressing back into spaces of immaturity or naivete, we'll say, then all you're looking like is that dude who's trying to sound hip by using young slang words when they don't fit his brand or how he moves. There's nothing better than that dude who's secure in who he is, what he's about, and speaks to the masses and such. And that doesn't mean that it can't be player. Like, I look forward to the day when I can call a youngin' a young blood, as they do me. But that's the time I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up, share this with your friends if you feel like it was beneficial, and make sure that you subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. And don't forget that dress is nothing more than the expression of a man's state of mind, so you should always dress to express. I'm out. Peace.